Hello, everyone, and welcome to Inside New Albany Athletics. My name is Richie Wildenhaus, and I'm the athletic director at New Albany High School. I'm excited about today's episode because we are going to be introducing you to the newest member of our head coaching staff. We've had the opportunity to interview numerous candidates for the position of head boys basketball coach, and it is my honor to introduce Coach Ryan Grashel as the next head boys basketball coach at New Albany High School. Ryan is joining us after 8 years of coaching the Cruisers at Groveport Madison High School, and he really brings a great energy into our program. He brings the desire to build leaders both on and off the basketball court, and he also brings in a plan and really an energy and desire to build our program from the bottom up, working with our youngest levels through our middle school all the way up to his varsity level at the high school. So without further ado, I'm going to cut right to the conversation that Ryan and I were able to have shortly after we welcomed him to the New Albany Eagle family. All right, and here we are with Coach Grashel. As we just said, he's our next head boys basketball coach, and I'm really excited to have this opportunity to introduce him to you and to just have a quick, Q&A, so you get an opportunity to learn a little bit more about him as well. So, Coach, welcome to New Albany. We're really excited to have you here. Why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself, your family, and kind of who is Ryan Grashel?
Yeah. So I have a beautiful wife, Brooke, at home, and two little girls. One's 2-year-old Emma and a 6-month-old Olivia. So our house has been a little busy here recently, obviously with everybody in the house and obviously social distancing. But it's been great. A unique experience for us as newly parents. But I come from a small town, Southwestern Ohio. Played on some very successful basketball teams there. Went to Ohio State, got my undergraduate at Ohio State University, and then did my master's at University of Dayton, where I landed back in Columbus at Groveport Madison for the last 10 years. Started out, was a middle school assistant coach, freshman coach, and then Mr. Petros gave me the opportunity 8 years ago to be the head coach. So, and that's kind of where we're at now, 10 years into my career as a teacher and 8 as a head coach. So.
Great. Well, tell us a little bit about what excites you about coming to New Albany. Maybe something that really sparked your interest when you saw that we had this particular opening, and what really, now that you're coming on board, now what are you really excited about with joining the Eagle family?
Whenever I saw the job was available, it's one of those places that you see just such a rich history of all of their athletic programs, such a great community to be a part of. And I've seen that from afar. And so it's one of those things that you desire to be something great and to be able to add greatness to that. So I really, really look forward to building this basketball program within. And I think, I can't wait to meet our youth and our middle school programs and getting connected with those folks and really create an experience here at New Albany, and making sure that our high school kids have a great experience. And I'm really looking to do this with a holistic approach. It's not, obviously we want to win basketball games and we're going to have a ton of success doing it, but it's also just about the experience with our youth, our middle school programs, and then obviously our high school, and then obviously making connections to our alumni and bringing those folks back. And so it's just something that I think, whenever you look at New Albany and the successes around it and the success that we can have here, it's extremely exciting, and I can't wait to get started with it.
So you mentioned our youth and our middle school programs, and how do you plan on immediately connecting with our current players, but also our middle school, our youth players and coaches, and just all the stakeholders within the program, really from the top to the bottom?
Yeah, it's obviously a unique time we're living in right now, and obviously with, a lot of Zoom meetings and sessions like this, but with our current players, I can't wait to connect with them. I'm obviously going to do a Zoom meeting and get to know our players and their families here shortly, and we'll be setting that up. But the one thing is, regulations continue to change, and so we'll obviously change with those. But yeah, we're going to connect via Zoom meeting, and then what I plan on doing through the summer is, depending on what situations are as far as social distancing and
Mhm.
are concerned, we're planning on meeting with each individual player that's returning to the program as our high school players, sitting down, getting to know each other. I think, the first summer for a head coach is a lot different than maybe a second or third or so forth. Um, so it's going to be important for that. And hopefully we can get our 4-man workout started whenever, the OHSAA and New Albany and everybody kind of comes up with what our plan is, so everybody can be safe. But really, really excited to make those connections. For our middle school program, we'll kind of talk a little bit about how we want to connect that to our high school program. But I can't wait. Hopefully, we can host or at some capacity a middle school and a youth clinic, or whether that be this summer or this fall, just so we can get to know. The sooner the better, obviously, but we obviously want to keep safety in mind. Um, and then obviously all the way down to our kindergartners, we're planning on doing some youth things. And I think that's the biggest approach, is that I want to connect not just with our high school kids, but make it where, a kindergartner, first, second grader is looking forward to playing for New Albany basketball, and excited to be a part of that program. Um, and I just can't wait for those connections to happen.
Sure. One thing that was clear through this process, as we talked to you multiple times, during the interviews, was that you're big into leadership development, in addition to just creating great basketball experiences for the guys. So, tell us a little bit about the work that you've done in leadership development at Groveport, but then kind of what that would look like for the student athletes at New Albany.
Yeah, we've done a lot at Groveport that I think has made our student athletes not just be great basketball players, but obviously work within the community, work with our youth, kind of seeing, their from everything from a different lens. Some of the things we've done at Groveport is work with our Special Olympics. We work with our youth at our Groveport Rec Center, partner with Groveport Madison Human Needs. These are things that we're going to do in part with what I plan to do at New Albany and what will be done. And so we'll be doing a lot of those types of things as part of just developing leaders outside of basketball. And I think service to our community, service to our school district, service, to the surrounding areas is extremely important. One, to develop those skills, but also, basketball does end at some point, and you have those skills to work within our society and see what type of impact they can have. One of the things, and I mentioned the connection to the youth, but our buddy program that we'll have will be where we partner a high school player with a middle school player, and they start to develop what we're wanting in a New Albany basketball player, and what they can expect, and build that brotherhood before they even enter the high school at 9th grade. Another thing that we'll definitely do is make sure that we have opportunities where mentorships can happen within, whether it be connecting to other programs. I'd like to, talk to Coach Kidwell. I know he has a great program in the Finnish program.
Mhm.
So a lot of things like that we'll be doing. And, I love bringing in alumni. At Groveport, we brought in several alumni, and I think it's important for them to speak about their experiences at New Albany, and then obviously their experiences after being a New Albany high school student and basketball player. So just really looking forward to that.
What else would you want everybody to know about you, just in your first introduction? I mean, like you said, we've seen you a couple times, on the opposite, side of the scores table during basketball
Yeah.
games. But, for someone just meeting you for the first time, or maybe there's a basketball parent out there or a basketball player that's just, meeting you for the first time, what would you say that you would want them to know first and foremost about you?
I think from a basketball side, um, I'm going to give everything that I have, and I always have, and I've invested so much of my time, because the people at Groveport invested so much in me.
Mm.
Really gave me an opportunity at such a young age, at 24 years old, and I think that drive and that dedication from a lot of people around me has driven me to this point, this exciting step in my career. And um, while I definitely value where I've been, I can't wait to get, where I'm going. And But it's one of those things that, at the end of the day, I can't wait to start making an impact within the New Albany community and New Albany High School, and then the athletic department in general, and start working with your coaches and connecting with your student athletes. And um, I do need to connect with the golf team. I have a mad slice in my game right now that I need to get fixed. I've been playing in the trees a lot, so I need to connect with them
Right.
pretty early on. But yeah, so.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Ritter and Coach Hosek can help you out with that. And I don't know if you've heard about our golf program, but our girls are two-time state champs and
Very
defending
successful.
state champs.
Yes.
So, yeah. And then on the guys' side, there's some players on that team as well. So you get out and get knocked around the course a little bit by those guys.
Driving range, so we don't have to keep score or anything. I don't know.
They'll just keep it right on the putting green. It's yeah. Well, Coach, I really appreciate you spending some time with us. It was really great to get to know you better throughout the entire interview process, and I'm really excited to work with you. I'm excited for our basketball community to have you leading the ship, and I know that they're in for a lot of great things under your leadership. So we're excited to get you started. Hopefully, as you mentioned, some things can start getting back to normal. You can get some guys into the gym. But until then, we look forward to, putting a lot of plans in place with you and getting this thing going. So, again, thanks for spending some time and welcome aboard. We're really excited to have you.
Yep. Go Eagles.